Good morning and welcome back to the stream. Today we're going to go on as usual on this Friday. I've got 2 hours of Doom to Annie, 1 hour of HPAC, and we are getting pretty close. I know I keep saying it. We are getting pretty close to releasing, well, let's not call it releasing, let's call it wrapping up both of the maps I have been working on. For HPAC, it's gonna take a while. You know, it's not, because it's part of a larger community project. If that's finished, it won't be releasing immediately, obviously. But episode 2 of Annie is getting increasingly closer. There is the, well, let's say, like the smaller things, you know, they do take up a lot of time. But geometry-wise, the map is very close to being finished. I think we, in the next few weeks, I think we can get the map ready for monster placement and testing. And then I have to integrate it into the other episode, or episode 2, with the other maps. Wrap up the hub area and create the final boss section, which I'm not entirely sure if I'm gonna be streaming until the very end, because I don't want to, you know, put too many spoilers out there. So we'll see. There's still enough work. Probably gonna like work on the boss of episode 2 off stream. But it's not too interesting. I think it's mostly like scripting. So it's not that interesting to watch online, I think. But we'll see. We're gonna start with Doom to Annie now. Work on it for 2 hours and then we'll jump into HPAC. So let's get started. We did wrap up the skybox completely. So as you can see, like, it's getting close. The big thing is, like, the layout is finished. It comes down to creating adding the details and putting in a good flow for the map. I think we can probably use a different texture here. One thing I see, this is actually done by hand, you can see. So we're gonna make sure the texture alignment is gonna go well, and we have to use the stair builder method for this one. Otherwise it's not exactly 8. I want it to be exactly 8 units from the side everywhere, and that was not the case. So what we're gonna do, that is, something is wrong here. It's, yeah, they have to be aligned in the same direction, obviously. Okay. And there's another one I missed, apparently. So, single steps, distinct sectors. It's not necessary everywhere. I never really figured out what these things do, like distinct base heights. I have no idea, actually. can actually... You got a sneeze coming up, I think. I think we're gonna use something like this, and well, we can add a little bit of... Instead of having that warning stripe, I think I got a better idea. So what we're gonna do is actually, let's first join these. No, that's not the combination. There we go. So now, as you can see, everything has an exact width of 8. There we go. And what I'm gonna do first, I want to... Oh, that was also 11. Oh, hold on, just a second. All right, had an urgent phone call. What was I doing? Oh yeah. Oh, it's scaled. Okay. Let's reset the scale. There we go. So what I'm gonna do here, instead of this texture is actually, it's perfect. This one maybe not so much anymore. Let's see if we can find something else. There's one that actually always seems to do the trick. We can actually... Oh, this one is actually fairly nice. Hey, Tunas, what is up, buddy? Welcome, good to see you again. How are you doing? Well, maybe... Oh, I kind of like this one. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is... Hey, Demon, what is up, buddy? Has it been that long, really? Oh, welcome. Welcome back. Everything's going fine. I kept making good progress on the map here. We are getting closer to releasing this, finally. And I kind of stuck to that over a month. Oh, okay, okay. Eatable fruit becoming a thing, actually. Good that you mention it. I have to check, because I did check with... let's see, actually, because... no, there's still nothing, actually. The project lead still hasn't responded yet, but it's not like it's a busy server. I did tag him, though. So unfortunately, no progress on that part, no news on that part. Where can you get my what? Well, you can download actually a few maps. Hold on just a second. You can download it from my mod database page. There we go. Let's see. So let's hope the project's, let's hope I'm not the only one working on the project. Otherwise I would have to single-handedly wrap it all up. If not, should the project have died, I could just take the map out, take the textures I use and reset as a single map. Could do that. Worst case scenario. So it's not like it's all in vain. I have a few maps actually I did for the project, so I could create like a small, like, I could take him out. Worst case scenario again. Let's hope it's not gonna be necessary. But I could take him out and release like an episode, or create an episode, create a few more maps, maybe. Well, I think there are a couple of Heretic mappers who might be interested in such a thing, should it happen, but it's not something I'm rooting for. But it's possible. So okay, let's see. You can actually. Can you see this? Hold on just a second. Can I paste it in here? No. Can you see? Are you on YouTube? The thing is, like, since I'm using Restream, I can't seem to I should... I don't see like... Oh wait, You cannot click on the link. I'm using Twitch, but I can also... that's the downside. When it comes to links, depending on which platform you are, if it's clickable or not. But you know, it's an easy link to follow. You can just type it in, so it's not like just. It's kind of weird. Well, it's not actually that weird. It's just. 9-month batch. That's weird. That's on. I post. Oh wait, okay. It's on Twitch. I post on Twitch actually. But I'm using like my Streamlabs OBS. I can chat in there, and then it depends on from which account I'm logged in, and apparently it's Twitch. So if you're on Twitch, you can just click the link in chat mode. If you're on YouTube, you cannot click it. Which is the disadvantage of multi-streaming. But if it's like a complicated link, a complex link, I could just paste it on both platforms. It's no problem. I don't really think it's necessary here. So what I'm gonna do, we're just gonna keep it simple, and I want to you can just split these. There you go. It's easier than using the stair builder method, of course, and we're just gonna create like a small fence, which adds a little bit of detail to the map. And I think there is like a small one. I think this one. I think gonna have to scale it down a little bit because it's quite big. We'll see. Jump over railing. And I assume lower unpicked. As you can see, it is quite large. Now, I don't mind exactly what I do want. See if we can actually... I think that looks a little better. Why this... There's an option to download what's that they've included sigil. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I assume it's not. Vertical 1.5. You mean like... You mean you gotten the word from not so legal sources? Is that assumption correct? Actually, I think this even, like texture-wise, it looks best. I'm not really sure if there's like it. Let's see if I can find a different texture. I could actually. Oh, through Steam. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, you got that, like that bundle. I have, like, I was considering it, buying it on Steam as well, but I have like, I think 4 or 5 CDs of the original Doom. They came with bundles as well. So I still have it on physical media. Unfortunately, I no longer have the box, which was incredible for, especially for Doom 2, with the like the 3D, you know, cover, where you can actually feel like the gut of the cyber demon. I remember that, which was really, really cool. I wish I had preserved it, but you know, when you're young, you just, those are the things you don't keep. If I could go back in time, I would tell myself, keep him in a dark, dry place, and just wait a bit, order 2 or maybe 4 copies, 5 copies, and save them, sell a few of them 20 years later. But you know, too bad, too bad. We unfortunately live in a digital age for gaming. So physical media is something that is, well, kind of dying out. Although there is a retro scene, like my Game Boy game, for example. I have a publisher, and we're actually gonna publish it on physical media. Box art, manual, everything just like the way they did back in the day. So that's pretty cool. And I get 3 copies, so there's probably one of them is going to be a giveaway. One I have to open, you know, to test, see if everything looks good. And one of them I'm going to just keep sealed. I think in the Doom bundle, they obviously included the unofficial sequel, like the Sigil episodes. But I think like TNT, the TNT series are there as well. Which is cool. What I can do here. Oh yeah. That is. You can do it like this. Actually, that, to be honest, doesn't look too bad, because you do have like, with this texture, kind of looks like it's enclosed. I think on this side, however, it is not, but I'm still gonna go with this because the scaling doesn't look too great. And I don't think, well, there is a texture I can use. I have to go slowly with this one, so don't miss it out on it. But you know, it is super easy to find the Doom mod files. I just kept them on like I took the original ones from my CD and I just kept them on USB somewhere. And whenever I get a new PC, like I just copy the files over. No, I kind of read something about CDs, you know, that the lifespan for CDs is actually shorter than I thought. Which is actually insane if you think about it. I didn't even know there was like, you know, I thought if you kept them like clean, dry, they could last a lifetime. But apparently that's not the case. So it's kind of like disastrous for collectors, you know. No, apparently that's not enough. Eventually, the media will become unusable. I was kind of shocked because I have these older games. That was that was the idea I had as well. Like if you store them safely, you know, keeping away from high temperature differences or high temperatures, humidity, stuff like that, you know, it would be good. But apparently they kind of through the course of time, I never knew. Is there any reason why I would want this here? Probably not. We're gonna open up the map a little more. And what we can do actually is use a switch here. So we can lock off this area. No, I'd actually, you know what was kind of weird? Like when I built this new PC, when I ordered the parts, I went for some advice from a guy I know, which is XIT. So he recently built a PC himself. And I kind of was comparing the parts because I obviously use it for he uses it mainly for gaming. I have different purposes. I kind of need that combination because maybe not for Doom Builder, but I'm using other programs like Maya, Photoshop, stuff like that. So it's gonna be this has to be the sweet spot for me. Not just purely gaming, but game development as well. And well, I was, gathering the parts, picking from the list, and then it was a kind of, when I was done, and I ordered it, and then it struck me wait a minute, I don't even have a CD or a DVD reader writer, and I made me wonder. I called my friend and I said, because I didn't see it in his list as well. And I called him. I said, "Did you order separately, or is it, no? It's not. I don't use it anymore." That's insane. Now, to be fair, it has been, I think, several years since I actually put a CD or DVD in my drive on my older PC. So that's why I probably didn't think about it, because I didn't really miss it, you know? That's kind of weird. It's but I still have my old PC, so in case like I can create these CD images from the original CDs and store them on this PC, and then you can just use like a virtual drive. So technically you could preserve at least the original files. So that's something I'm definitely gonna need to do at some point. But it's insane, like, you know, how times have changed. There's still a lot of work on this area. I'm not really sure if I'm gonna keep this. It doesn't look too bad, no? I have to think about this. What I can do is retract this. Put it here. Let's see if this actually works. And then put this on ground level. If we eventually get there. And that is actually a very old school method. I think we still use, we use the plane align. Jesus Christ, that's old school. Funny. We got better methods. Like this, for example. Which means I have to do it for all the cases here, which is fine. There we go. And this one we can actually keep as a nice transition. So we can actually or we can do it like this. That's also pretty cool. So now what would be nice if I had like sort of like this raw like you could see that there was a some sort of liquid here. Probably want to because that is old school texturing we use here. This one is also nice, the ash wall. Let's see. And maybe if I find like a nice something like this with some green slime. This might do the trick. It kind of has that, you know, that stuff at the bottom there. Actually, doesn't look too bad. A little bit of wear and tear. I think I might go with this. What we can do to make it even more interesting. Because this has a natural glow. We might use this actually. Just use it, make it alive, and then actually oh. Like that. Now the only downside, which I have to do something about, and that will make it a little easier. 3D Goose in Blender. Well, that's pretty cool. Let's do it like this. So the only thing is, okay. We can actually create like sort of stoppage here. We'll figure out. This is like an entrance. Let's give some teeth. Okay. You know, when it comes to teeth, some people use, instead of modeling them out, they use like a plane with just like a texture of some teeth. Which works surprisingly well, especially if you're into that old school modeling, which I absolutely love. And obviously got one. Okay. Well, do send an image. Love to see the design. When the time is right, I will pick up modeling again as well, because I do have plans to integrate some 3D models in episode 3 of Annie, especially in the skybox. here. This actually. Oh, they're still okay. All right. It's kind of weird. Excuse me. Oh, God. Oh, that's nice. That is pretty cool. Looks great, man. Can you take a picture of the thank you, of the how do you call it? Jesus, yeah, I've been out of modeling so long. Of the like geometry, how do you call it in modeling terms? Where you can see like the lines, you know? Holy shit. That's kind of weird, like there's no indication. I can't bring them up. Reset. Reset. So this is sloped. Ah, nice. Okay. You can actually probably simplify it a lot, but I do like the shape. Very nice. Like, did you? I assume you sculpted? You sculpted it? No, not composition. I mean, like the yeah, the outlines, the wiring, the what is the term for modeling? Like, oh man, I kind of need to brush up my terms. Why is this sloped? Ah, here it is. Ah, you bastard. Okay. Now we're there. Oh, modifiers. Okay. Okay. Yeah, modifiers are cool, but in many cases you need to do a lot of cleanup. Oh, you already did, okay. Triangulation, maybe? That term. I need to add this as well. It's a bit messy. something for this. Okay. Yeah, I'm always surprised, like, you can even do a lot less, but you have to retopologize. Is that the correct term? Retopo, they say? Which will require, like, you know, it's a lot of work. But if you're using like low poly modeling, like a lot of people, shit, it's cold. A lot of people, they kind of sculpt high poly models just to get the texturing correct, and then they do a retopo, so they kind of like drastically, and I mean drastically, reduce the polygons. Polygons? Can you show the polygons? That might be it. And you know, it's amazing like how good it still looks with like maybe more than 1/10 of the polygons it used to have. Because the texturing carries a lot in 3D models, especially low poly models. It goes a long way. Like, I've seen models very minimalistic, and I mean, like, I think not even in the 100, like less, which look like high poly models, just because of the texturing. If you look at the polygons it has, it's like, it's insane. And I think that is, I think you can even reduce it more. Because even if it's kind of blocky, if the texturing, like, if it all connects very well and it looks seamless, it looks like a high poly model. I can't really think of an example right now, but they can do amazing stuff. Very, very cool. And that's what I love about like low poly modeling, is that it's very easy on your PC. Well, it looks tremendously good. Actually doesn't. It actually doesn't look too bad. Well, you can actually, I think what most people do is they kind of do it by hand. Actually I found some good. You should look, retopologize. If that's pronounced correctly, actually. But you could check out, like, there are a few very good tutorials online. It's a lot of work, don't get me wrong. It's a lot of work, but the result is super satisfying. Probably need something generic for this one as well. You did it by hand, okay. This one is actually, I think this one will look better. Let's see. I think this will do the trick. You can actually Oh well. We can actually look at that. Hey, Terrific Toilet, welcome. Good to see you again. How are you doing? And welcome back. That's right. Looks nice now. Ooh, that's also pretty cool. Okay, good to hear. Well, it has potential. Ah, Decimate. Yeah, Decimate modifiers. I think they can help as well, indeed. It's actually a good point. I forgot about those, actually. I never used too many modifiers in my own modeling projects. Reminds me of Portal. You mean the map? This actually looks okay. That actually looks nice. I think I'm gonna keep this one. Maybe I can keep the ceiling. Let's see if I can, because I can make it a little darker, like that, so it has a nice shade. It's a nice contrast with the lower part. Not really sure what to do with these walls. I think I might have a look. See if I can find something. Like I kind of need something. Well, it is pretty generic, but that looks pretty cool. It actually has the perfect length, I think, yeah. And it actually has, okay. Let's have a quick look in game. So you have a little bit of... Now, what I can do... to... I'm not really sure. I'm thinking whether if I should add like a grid you can walk on top of here or not. Not really sure. Probably not, because like there's a little bit of danger. You can walk in here without taking damage immediately. I can have to obviously change the model too much. Oh, okay. Well, I think if you really want to, because I feel like, you know, when I do modeling, I try my best to optimize it. Oh, that is actually, oh, you can actually climb it. Okay. And there is something that obviously is not correct here. That's okay, because I moved this specific part of the map. No, that is large. I feel like optimization can go a long way, and that's part of the skill. You know, you should always strive for optimization. Now, it kind of depends on, like, is it worth, like, the effort? Because this is just like, if you're actually using for game assets, yeah, okay. You know, in game assets, you can, it's a huge benefit to reduce poly count as much as possible. Well, not as much these days because, you know, the computers, they can handle it, but in the old days you had to minimize the poly count. You can actually make, let's see, now, depending on the flow of this map, I kind of need to know if I policy violations. What the hell? What the hell, YouTube? That's weird. Hey, new house. What is up? Welcome. Okay. Well, I wonder what policy they violated, but okay, so this works. You know, the thing is, like, when it comes to game development, there is this sentiment that they don't put as much effort in the optimization process anymore, because they think, like, the computers can handle it, which is, you know, I guess it's not wrong, but it's just the thing of myself. Maybe I always want to optimize as much as I can, because it's not like, you know, it's a good practice. Annie is the name of this mod, indeed. It's actually the name of the main boss, but it's a pretty old project which I worked on and off. And it really, like, I picked up the pace again, and I feel like I'm actually making good progress, because it started more than 10 years ago, and then I kind of stopped working on it because I had other projects that were taking up a lot of time. I worked on a few professional titles as well. I mean, one professional title actually. And you know, once my work was done on that, I kind of picked up on this mod again, which is actually my first mod that actually got me into game development, professional game development. So it's something I hold dearly, and definitely want to see it finished through the end. Let's see. That's kind of weird. Well, it's not, it doesn't have to be super precise. There we go. Oh, what the hell is that? What is that even? Is that? Looks like Half-Life 1, yeah. Kinda does, it's a... It maybe subconsciously I take inspiration from these games. Kind of better. Oh, it's a remote. Hey, okay, cool. Okay. Yeah, you stick around. I'll if there's any questions you have, please feel free to ask. Welcome. Getting into mapping is really fun. It's you know, for me it's most of the time a relaxing experience most of the time. Let's see, we probably... I'm gonna have to clean this up a little bit. I don't know what the hell I did here. I like making Quake maps. Oh, I did one Quake map, which I'm pretty proud of. It was my first and only Quake map so far. You can find on my mod database page, I think. It was a tribute map to Contract Revoked, I think. Hold on just a second, I have to... I'm not signed in anymore. Hold on, let me post you the link. There we go. Members, that's it. Let's see. It's kind of weird that I can't chat. Maybe it's because I popped up, or I isolated maybe like only a part of the chat, but it's also not a huge link. It's a niche. You're a niche kind of guy, huh? Yeah, I kind of like that too. You can find my projects. I think most of my projects. You can find them right there. Hold on, I'm having some. There we go. Okay, fellas, I'll be right back. I'm gonna take a very small break, a few minutes, and then I'll be back. Before we continue, I want to show you a little bit of work I did on monster designs for my Game Boy game. Oh man, I've been... We went out eating yesterday, and there was this formula, you know, where they kind of select wines for each course. Jesus Christ, that was a lot. I'm not used to it anymore. Okay, so let's quickly show you what I made. I'm actually pretty proud of it. The hardest part is animating those monsters. Sometimes it clicks because I always it kind of worked for my main character, actually, surprisingly. So let me show. Can I need to do it like this. So here are a couple of monster designs. This one is for reference, for scale. This is from the original Mario Land. Oh, Wario Land, I mean. The rest I kind of did myself. As you can see, like, it's a lot of experimenting, but see here I try animating, which, if you look at it from this perspective, it looks good. But in the game itself, when I kind of play these animations in a sequence, it's a little less. But probably because it's not moving, so it's kind of like I have to see. But I do like these designs. Sometimes I surprise myself because I don't have huge amount of experience when it comes to pixel art. I kind of learned it as I went, but yeah, I'm getting better at it. And you know, it helps that it's you know, a limited color palette and small in size, forcing you, like, if you work in this size, canvas size, every pixel counts, every pixel matters. Sometimes it can look very different, like depending on which pixel you change, like even color or move around. It's insane. And we use this one as well. No, doesn't look good. What we can do actually is Something like that. Ugh, come on. Okay. So yeah, the contrast is, like you can clearly see, or we can actually use different texture here. Probably use the same one, makes more sense. There we go. There, that kind of looks better. It's like we can create like a door. It's kind of like it's the end of the sewer section, so we just want to give the impression. I think something like this. Really? Do they? Okay. Never knew. That's interesting. It's like I was amazed, like you know, back then when I felt like cats, they also have like a very rough tongue. I'm kind of surprised. Yeah, nature is amazing. What's that? Also pretty cool texture. Like I keep discovering textures. I've been up and down this texture pack like for so many times, and there just sounds like it just come across textures which like I never seen before. It's weird. I kind of want that. That kind of like submarine type door, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's not rusty enough. I'm not even sure if like a texture like this exists in the map. And it has to be rusty. Sometimes you can be creative and create something that looks like a door. Something like this. Yeah. Close. Let's keep this in mind, but it's still also not rusty. We can go for something else entirely, like a different shape. I see. Makes sense. Something like this, maybe? Like this? This comes pretty close, I think. Oh, that's actually a very nice texture. Man, that is cool. I think we got it. Even better. And if we adjust... actually, kind of like, although Maybe we should not mess around too much in it. But I do like, we can actually create a nice effect here. Let's hold on just a moment. There is this one. We can play around with it. So let's say we do it like that. And then we can create like a seamless texture, which actually looks very cool. Look at that. That looks amazing. And then we're gonna create some lighting. Now we just want a glow color, I think. That is the color I mainly use. There we go. And then we get a nice lit door. Now we're gonna give this a nice brightness. There we go. Okay, let's have a look. Don't show it. I know it's going in a sewer count. It's gonna be a statistic, I know. Thank you. Yeah, I think we got actually, that's a very nice closing off. Now you can actually, I kind of went with these lights to do something different than just have ceiling lights, so I think it's fine. This is very, as you can see, very early. Now the fun part about this slime here is that it kind of builds up. When you make a map from scratch, do I name the map? Or the order? Not necessarily. You can name the map whatever you want. It kind of depends on if you... I can't even remember how it went in Vanilla do. You can actually, if you're using GZDoom, you define the maps in like a text file, which is called map info, and you can actually set the order and the map names in there, and it doesn't really matter. Like, but that's if you're mapping for like GZDoom. In Vanilla Doom, I can't even remember. Is there somebody who remembers, like, you have to use specific map names, I think, or you can set like the map number, like if you're using for like the original like Vanilla Doom, you had to change them, like it's hard coded, but you had to use t-hack patches, I think, to change the map names. So you can't change them, like it was not that easy to change the map names. You could do it through a graphic, which, you know, displays if you complete or entering a map. You could do it like that. I think Syndronum, yeah, it uses some ZDoom features, if I'm not mistaken. It's gonna be multiplayer. Multiplayer only, I assume. Obviously I have to change the sounds of the steps here. Yeah, if you're using, yeah. Normally it should use the same same principles as ZDoom, as far as I am aware. Is it still being played a lot? Like Syndronum? Is it still popular? I think I played it like a few times back in the day. I'm not really into multiplayer gaming anymore. Oh, okay, only on the weekend. Yeah, it's a paint-to-pick stuff, really? Oh, I thought it just was based on like a ZDoom version. Let's see. Well, it doesn't really matter too much here. There we go. Okay, okay. But servers, are there like, are they still maintained? Oh yeah. Port forwarding, it never works for me for some reason. I tried in the past, you know. Always had difficulties when it came to port forwarding. Like, I don't know why. Turn off your firewall, yeah. But still, I could never manage to set it up for some reason. Again, no idea why. Let's see what we can do. Actually, we need to. I think we solved it like that. That's not correct. I think I should have saved that one, kept that one. Oh, I see. Yeah. It's been a while since I tried to do any multiplayer, well, at least for old school games. I have been enjoying the Delta Force game. It's free to play. Been doing that, like, but again, not that much, because like I don't have too much time to invest. And this actually would make a good area for a mixer or some sort. Let's see what we can do. makes sense. Okay. You know what I do enjoy from time to time? Sven co-op for Half-Life. That's fun. There's always a lot of crazy stuff going on. That one is, I enjoy that a lot. It's easy to get into a game, you know. You can play the original campaigns. Require. Okay. Yeah. Well, mods do go a long way. Look at Doom. I think it's one of the first games. Not the first game, but one of the earlier games I had in my life, and look at it. Look at me now, still going at it. I see there is a. It's not as wide. Hold on. No. That's not correct. I think it runs like this. I have to shrink it a little bit because 32. Okay, hold on. We can fix this. C, single steps. Room over room. No, I don't think there's a limit. Do it like this. We have to, okay. Now we should be able to. Huh, oh, this is going to be something else. I think we can actually safely remove this. So I'm not really sure what the purpose of the centerpiece is. It doesn't look like it's required anyway. Thank you for joining, by the way, and welcome to the club. So that's how we kind of maintain that so this should make it easier. So we're gonna reset the slope here, set the ceiling slope, and then because that is when it comes to texture alignment, as you can see, that makes it a lot easier. There we go. So we're gonna have to do that for each of these areas. I can actually maybe make it a little easier. Join them already. And then repeat the process. 32 single steps and distinct sectors. Which I would still have to eliminate these. Okay. Oh, that's a bit messy. So it might not be. Can I actually? Maybe I can just do this. Although, you know what I can do is not to affect too much. Hold on. To keep the workspace a little more simple. I can actually limit the changes made just to this point, makes it a little simpler. So single steps. Let's use it like this because this one did seem to work. So we join. Join all of these together and we just attach them here. Now you could do it like all at once, but well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Now I have been noticing like an increased speed in subscribers. Not really sure. Like it's getting more views as well, which is kind of weird because I don't do anything to please the algorithm or something. So I have no idea. But I appreciate your enthusiasm, absolutely. Oh, look at that. Okay. So let's I have no idea what the hell happened here, but let's clean up the mess. Three. Thankfully, it's there's an easy fix. And you know, I do like the Doom texture alignment quite a lot, actually. There we go. I'm not really sure how much. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, if I don't know if you ever used Trench Broom, but that's also a very, very fun level editor to use, and it makes texturing like it was in the old days. Makes it super fun to do. In the old days, it was a lot harder to get that texturing, you know, get it aligned properly and stuff like that, and it was a pain. But this is actually working out fairly nicely, I have to say. There we go. So we got a sewer that would make Siffy proud, for sure. And of course, oh, that's something, let's worry about that later. Like, this is actually, it takes up more time than I thought. Let's first focus on getting these areas done. Let's go the same thing. 32. Simple steps. Okay. Join. Now I use a program called, like, when I just started out so many years ago, I used like WADED and DeepC, which are very early Doom level editors, but holy shit, texture alignment was such a pain because you couldn't, like, it didn't have, especially WADED. It was very unstable as well, and it didn't have a 3D mode, like 3D view mode. So if you wanted to make sure the textures were aligned properly, you would have to check it out in game every time. Like, it was insane. I'm just really thankful that that's over, because, you know, it would take so much longer to design your maps, and, you know, you didn't have all these features, like, because At some point I do want to make a map for like Duke Nukem 3D and Shadow Warrior, which are also like two of my favorite games. And it's kind of like going back in time because they're way more primitive, you know. You know what? I kind of like this as well. I think it might even look better. Like the way it connects a little better. I just might go with that. And it's easier. That same kind of darker shade here. Let's keep it like this. Nice, it has that nice rusty edge, I think. Yeah. Some textures just are very well suited for like this is actually the fun part is it's actually used for pipes. It's a pipe texture, but you can use it in ways that like you wouldn't even know that this was originally intended as a pipe texture, because you don't show like the complete texture. So sometimes you can repurpose them. I think I used it as a railing somewhere as well, where in the light of the, you know, in the context it makes sense. Oh. I think that's pretty cool. Now what I'm going to create here is gonna create some mixer. And we can actually, I did have a mixer here. Now it kind of needs a little bit of improvement, maybe. The thing is, I can use, like, when it comes to polygons, I can actually use this multiple times. I think. If I use it like in several instances, you can just use one poly object and place it maybe depending on how many anchors, or do I have to do it separately for each? Not really sure. Let's have a look. Yeah, I think that does look nice. Almost there. The sewer part took a lot more effort than I originally had in mind. Like than I thought. But we're getting close. Do you like the lights here? And this area, which I have to kind of redesign as well. Let's see. I have no idea why I placed this door here, but probably to close off like sewer sections, or I don't know. You know what I can do is like have the player be able to reach this area and then lock it off by 2 doors. You can actually drop down. So you can kind of like get a glimpse of the level. Or like this part, this section of the level. I think this is the most. That's actually pretty nice. Also a pipe texture. No, it's a barrel texture. Okay, that's pretty. Was pretty creative of me. One doesn't look too bad. However, there is a better texture for this, and see if we can actually find it. Texture I use often for rotating stuff. This one. Kind of it looks like a disc, but which already has the go. Like that. See? Like it kind of looks like it's like the thing is a little bit damaged because of the rotating parts, the metal parts hitting that line. Sort of like, you know, you get the idea. This actually works really well. Not really sure what that texture is used for in Doom 3. I'm probably gonna change these fences. Although I kind of like them, but they seem to be flipped. There must be something better. Like, what I always like is with these old factories, you get these, like you know, the 50s. I really like, when it comes to buildings and architecture, I really like those 50s style type of factories. Like, you know, with the brick walls, the red brick walls, the windows, and they look absolutely awesome. So with that in mind, Maybe we can find something here that kind of is a little bit out of the ordinary. A little less modern. I think I found, like, I have a texture here, which I'm not really sure how this texture, where I used it before, somewhere in episode 1, I think, which also features like a sewer area. Maybe a few, if I can find it. Ah, this one. Now what I can do, and which is so subtle, you won't see. I have 2 textures, but if I use one, I know. I know. So now the only downside I can't even select it. Wait, there we go. You know, the only downside is, like, you won't notice it. Probably. Kind of depends on where you're looking. I would have to use this multiple times, whereas if I do this and I wrap the middle texture, it gets extended all the way to the bottom. That means you would have, it would be like a double here. Not too much we can do about that, unfortunately. Or I could use, I could wrap this one as well, which, to be honest, doesn't look too bad, even if it used like in succession. Let's see what type of bricks we can use. That look better? kind of, it kind of resembles the that is also, hey Morland, what is up, buddy? 6 portals separate the 2 layers. That is also actually a very nice suggestion indeed. Only thing, like, I would have to consider is it worth the extra effort for a small detail? It's just a lot of work for just that, indeed. But it's a good solution nonetheless. And it would definitely work. And you know, if this was like something spectacular, it would be very interesting, yeah. But it's just like this area more is like serves more as a connection between 2 parts. Yeah, I think here. Is this correct? Yeah. I would have to kind of these areas kind of need to be demodernized if I'm to use this one, kind of like an old sewer section, you know, which I think could work. Making the texture, yeah, but it would be like, it's probably like the only use, would feel like it's like a waste of textures, you know. Because if I use it only once, I could use maybe like, but I would have to design specific geometry just to be able to use it. So I think I'm just gonna go for a compromise here and use this. Or use it like this. 3. That's actually, yeah, that's the correct height. Maybe I can use it horizontal too. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what if I use fit height 4? It's a little less repeating. Gotta make sure the player doesn't fall. I could just actually move this. Did that work or did I mess it up? Wrong line. So what I would need to do, actually find something which complements that texture. Adel, the Adel. Oh, there's not much. Not much on offer here. So I have to probably check the Quake 2. I have to remove the spacing. Yeah. You could have something like this, for example. It actually doesn't look too bad. Kind of like that modern slash old school. Not entirely convinced, but it will require a little bit of experimentation. Maybe something a little more rusty. Kind of like the general look a little better. Hi Festus, thank you so much for cleaning that up and welcome. Didn't know you were around, but that is a, oh, just kidding, that is a great start. Thank you so much. What an entrance, huh? Kicking in the door, yeah. Already starting a fight, just in. I think there's... snuck in. Can I make this convincing? Let's see, so we can actually just add a step here. There's a lot of cleaning up I have to do when it comes to sector portals, because I still use the old school method here. Sometimes I use different methods. There we go. Okay, that's fixed. Yeah, I think something like that will makes the transition. Oh, the third channel. Well, you are quite the artist. No, your work will not be forgotten. Oh, that's weird. Could have sworn this was actually taken care of. Like, there are only like a few hallways, but it seems like it takes forever to clean this up. Oh, you have to vacuum clean your room. If it's only vacuum cleaning, that's should not be too much trouble. Is that? Can we maybe? There, I think that's actually. Nah. This will suffice for an entrance. Oh, there we go. All right, I'm gonna be jumping into Heretic soon, so I'll be back in a few minutes. And well, 1 hour maybe. I still have to do 2 hours on my Game Boy game. But I think maybe later tonight there's a chance I can jump back in and actually clean a little bit of my clean up a little bit of my Steam backlog, so we can probably, play some games. But let's just focus on getting Heretic done first. So I'll be seeing you in a few minutes. Running on a tight schedule, actually, when it comes to working on my projects, I try to tend to stick to like the hours I set for myself, yeah. Because like it really helps for me to just, you know, keep it tight. And if I just like don't use like a time schedule, I sometimes it tends to turn into chaos. Like sometimes I work for a few hours, sometimes less, and I feel like this is kind of forcing myself to spend at least that amount of time on it. And just to make sure I don't get burned out on the projects, I try to limit it. So I work like 8 hours a week at the moment, and I feel like that's it's a good controllable pace, and I can keep that consistency up, which is, you know, for me works really well. All the rest is extra, you know. So that's why I kind of tend to divide my time into these. That's why you hear that clock indeed. Too much mapping and gaming, yeah. Okay, but at least, you know, we did some good progress on the map. So we can jump into Heretic. You know, for me it works because I tried different things throughout the years, and I feel like I just put it aside. Yeah. See, that was my thing, like I could never just keep that consistency when it comes to mapping, because I didn't force myself. And if I say like I map each, instead of setting specific hours, if I just say I want to map each day, even if it's like half an hour, you know, it's not like, it's hard to keep going at that level, you know. Let's see, because we did make some changes on the skybox here. But it's not easy, like it kind of depends on your day job as well. So I'm pretty happy with the, oh yeah, I did move the volcano. So what I did is actually I changed this slightly to like the crystals. Volcanoes are extremely loud. But I kind of liked how the skybox turned out, so that's pretty cool. Now I have to, oh yeah, the hanging fruit, which still hasn't been resolved, because I wanted to make this into a pickup. But I had to ask the project lead. Now, even if it's not the case, I kind of like the that I could change the gravity. So that is actually the last thing that was on my mind. And of course, something that has to change is the sound of those volcanoes. See, loss of interest. That is also something that I struggled with years ago. By the time I could never finish a project, because indeed I also lost interest and always kind of want to start something new. But this also kind of helps. Like, I stopped doing new stuff until at least I kind of want to wrap this up, these projects which I have going. So I have a few because I do like the variation. Just not having to, sometimes it helps if you're kind of stuck with the creative part. Sometimes it helps to just do something else, work on something else. And it's yeah, it's not always easy. I feel this is kind of more in tune with the color here. There we go. Not too bright. By the way, Festus, I took your advice and actually added the wings here. There were no specific items I could use, and I placed some items here. So with the wings, you can actually grab those. Tradition upheld indeed. We have the waterfall. Secret behind the waterfall. Now, only thing we need to do is add a thing here. Sector actions. Actor enters sector. Activate once only. Activate thing. This actually you can, and then we do here is we add a secret. Secret. We start as dormant. It doesn't count as secret. Stand still, I guess. Let's see if we can actually. Secret dormant. Does it have to be dormant? Yeah. Let me give this a thing ID 5 and activate thing 5. This should work. There we go. Okay, easy as that. Now what comes down to the rest of the map is actually there are, as you can see, there are items and things placed from the previous level author. So we're gonna try to keep that. It's just I think well, the way they can counter that is actually if you clear out the inventory, which, you know, for a community project they probably should. It's easier than building your map design around that that principle, because you would have to make sure the player can indeed not reach areas which are like this, for example. It's a secret, but suppose Well, no, it's not a secret. This is a secret. Actually, now you mention it, that is in fact true. This only activates through here. However, good that you mentioned that, because I didn't really consider this. But we can actually counter that by adding something like this. Let's see if we can. Oh, this is nice. I love that. A little more natural looking. Okay, got an idea. So we're gonna use the outer shape here to make the shape a little more organic. Make sure the player cannot get underneath. So we use the vine. This one, I think. There are a lot of cool vines, but you kind of have to have one that is not like seamless. Vine 5 probably do the trick. Leave the fit height. 2, 3. And what we need to do, -3 to mirror this. Do it. No. Well, it's because it's not attached to something else. It's not. So now the only thing I need to do, clip metal texture. I think we need to test this out. So normally, I was gonna say normally this should work. Ah, wait, I know what's wrong. We could just use it here in general. Clip metal texture. Now I'm not really sure if this works correctly. Apparently not. Well, at least you can go through it. Walkable metal texture. Jump over railing, walkable metal texture. Clip was actually my go-to. Okay, this is it. See, damn it. I have to increase the size. From where can you get it? I have to maintain a balance. You can get it from somewhere, unfortunately. Okay, I have to... What, it's a sword? I never knew. Here. Okay. Here. Which means we're gonna do it like that. That should be able to stop it. See, that's how you solve that, which is it's a neat way to do it, but you have to take it into account. And it kind of makes sense within this context of the vines. So that's good. That means you cannot use your flight mode to get the secrets. You have to use it through the traditional way, which is actually here. It's intended to be here, and then this will open. And there's actually Festus. You're gonna be very proud. There's actually a secret behind the lava fall as well. So it's like a double secret. And normally... And there you can grab it. Lava fall hurt? Yes, it will hurt. It's like, you know, but I feel like that's very, very interesting. What some authors do is they create like a secret area. You know, there's going to be obviously quite some goodies here. And what they do is they create a secret within a secret. So if you're really persistent, you can actually find it. But it gives you the impression, okay, like I found a secret, and then you stop looking because you are in a secret area. But to create a secret within a secret, that I think that's very Blighttown. Yeah. Does the secret appear on the map? Normally it should not. Well, it's not the intention, but I still have to what I can do is like create like a hint. Like create like an arrow here. Like a sector arrow. Like for example, like this. Put that on the map and just display this. Now, if you look at the auto map, so suppose I could actually, when it comes to map, hold on, let me, auto map mode. Is this, or is it just for the sound? No. Okay. So we can actually, there is an argument here, I can't remember. Show as one-sided. No, there's not going to be like an enemy because it's a very small space. So if I show this as one-sided, and then all of this not. Not shown on map. And this one, we can actually, we can actually, because the auto map, you can actually have a textured auto map. So in order for it to kind of stand out, you can do it like this. So let's see if we are inside. Now you cannot see the arrow. And you still cannot see the arrow. You can make it appear by default, but I was kind of hoping that it would show like if you are in close proximity. So it kind of appears on the auto map. You know what I mean? Like the map kind of builds itself. Can you do it with a script? Probably. You can change the flags on the lines. So I can actually change this, like ticket. I can do that. Let's actually have a look. If I just choose initially, I was kind of hoping like, oh, there it is. I don't know. Will most people pay attention to this? Maybe it's subtle. Should probably create like a sword. Because it is heretic, you know. How do I create a fancy sword? This is too old school. That doesn't look like a sword at all. Yeah, not entirely. Definitely not. I kind of want to... What I can do for the... It's subtle, it's in the auto map, but if I leave this... See, now it's actually gone, but it might be too easy for the player to spot. Like a dagger, yeah. I was thinking something like that. Or we can just draw like I don't want the secret to be too obvious. Well, maybe we just leave it to luck. I don't know. We'll think about it. Oh, this might hint at like a jumping platform, maybe. I don't know. Like a leap of faith. Although most people probably won't. That would save you. Oh. What I can do is actually, if you cross this line, you get hurt. We'll think about it. Okay, so let's do a little more set dressing here. Let's change. Just like a little bit of variation here. I think that works well enough. So what I kind of want to do is add a little bit of structure here. And maybe like side as well, and we're gonna wrap the whole texture. Oh. We'll try every single fall. Deadly trap and you mean in the secret area? Ah, yeah, that is actually. I know what you mean. Yeah. This one looks a little bit obvious. Like, you know, would people try this? Probably. It's actually a nice idea. Cute if you want to use the Wings of Wrath. Probably could make something here as well. Can we actually, can we reach that area? Is that wide enough? Oh yeah, perfect. Okay, awesome. So another, this is actually going to be like a secret. Unknown property. No idea why this is here. So we're gonna place an item. Also, one player enters sector. And then the secrets. Dormant. Six. There we go. What are we going to, let's see. Map scroll to find these other secrets, maybe? I don't know. You could do a Tome of Power. There are like now there are 11 secrets. I have no idea where they are. See, secrets 11. Thank you. So I have to find it myself. Because the original author placed actually there's not enough room, because this would be actually perfect for like a waterfall secret with a deadly surprise. But there's not enough room behind. You know what we can do? We can use a portal. Actually, like here. I use a portal here. I know I feel I should do something with this space, but I could just let's see. Well, maybe. Yeah, something about worth the effort. Sleeps for the whole winter. Okay, let's remove this. Let's use these rock stalactites. I think they kind of are a little more present. I don't want to get in too much in the way. I think this will be enough. Maybe there shouldn't be too much work on this area. I mean, I don't have to put everything chock full of detail because it's a fairly natural environment. Okay. What do we have here? Can we do something with this? I don't think it's really required. I think oh yeah, one thing I was wondering what to do with this exactly. Like how is there a way to open, like move a line def? Because I want the door to be open like this, you know. What if you use a 3D sector? You don't have that transparency. So I'm kind of puzzled. Oh, you can. Oh, you do? And with a regular one? Like this? I mean, I mean not transparency in the literal sense, more like to be able to see through here. Not really sure if this is actually. I know I've seen people. Think I've seen a trick before where you actually have like a gate. Should it work? Okay, let's try. So we're just gonna give this. Unused 25. Let's create a 3D sector. And type. Solid. Is it render inside? Or do we need to set flags? Use upper texture, use lower texture. Okay, let's first remove the textures from this one, the existing one. Where is that? 128 minus 16. Oh, what do you know? Only thing is, wait a minute. I'm probably gonna have to do it like this because it's attached. That's something we don't want. Properties. So let's use the stair builder method. Yeah, with touches walls, that was exactly what I was thinking. So we're gonna remove that tag. There we go. Oh, that's very interesting. Now the only thing I kind of want to remove this. Can we? Is it possible? This is probably not going to work. How do you remove this? Can we just remove the flat? Now I know how it looks in editor, but let's have a look. Is there a duck function here? That's actually exactly what we needed. So that's good. Now the next part of the plan. Non-solid. Solid. It should block players. But should be able to invert shootability rules. I think that is it. There was another one, I think. However, see, that was the thing. Like it, but there's a way to there's a workaround. I think I did something here. If I block projectiles, hold on, I have to check my own map. I actually did something similar for the bridge here. Or did I? There was a solution to this problem. Because he didn't want, like... Why is this so messed up? I don't really see a point in this. Ah, here we go. So this is the one. Let's see what flags we used. Type 3. Non-solid. Hmm? Now that I have to check out. You cannot go through here. However, see, projectiles fly through. So it's impassable. And non-solid. How weird is that? Flags were 1? 2? Oh yeah, but hold on. Let me check real quick. I might have missed something. Super weird. Three. Impassable. Type. Non-solid. Doesn't make sense. But still it blocks. Ah, yeah, I remember. I selected the jump over railing. I think that's why it's that's what did it. However, should this not work, I guess it's not too bad that it does block projectiles. Huh. I know what I did. Okay, this is oh god, man. I was a genius back then. Solid. Invert shootability. Shootability rules. Which rules? Projectiles shoot through metal texture. Can we actually select that? That works, obviously. Cannot enter. It's not. shootability rules. Doesn't seem to work. Can we do something on a sector level? Oh, time is up already. Okay. Well, that's something we can try to figure out next time. I'm gonna end the mapping stream here for today. Thank you all for watching, joining, subscribing, and following. And I'll probably see you later today. We can check out some games. So if that shouldn't be the case for whatever reason, I'll definitely see you next week, or maybe later this week, because I already have my level design goals set. So there's a little bit of work on my Game Boy game left, but we'll see how far I get this today. If not, I'll see you maybe in a few hours. We'll see. In any case, take care, have a great Friday, and I'll see you soon.